What's up, my freedom-loving friend? Welcome to the JP Reacts channel. Today we're going to analyze, is John Fetterman the worst debater in American political history? We're going to find out. I'd also want to give a quick shout out. Sheath Underwear, the best underwear on the planet, in my opinion, is a sponsor of this video. We're going to hear more from them at the end. Please stick around for that. You and your freedom-loving balls will be grateful. But John Fetterman, I'm sure you've heard the name, seen the face, running for senator in Pennsylvania against Dr. Oz. And Fetterman was trying to avoid the debate, but finally agreed to it. It would have been a bad idea for him to avoid the debate. Makes him look horrible. Makes him look like a coward. And then now in hindsight, like everybody knew, like it's a bad idea also for him to debate. And it's also made him look tremendously terrible now on the other end of the debate. I'm smiling because for two reasons. One, John Fetterman, in my opinion, is just a puppet of the politically leftist, deep state, all that corrupt swath of lovelies. So I think he is a danger to society. I think it'd be a horrible disservice to the people of Pennsylvania if he is elected senator. And then number two, to me, the guy looks like a tumor had sex with a hoodie, and then that's what it's still doing. But for the debate, he put on a suit. I don't think he buttoned the top button. Didn't look like it. Probably doesn't know how to actually put a suit on properly. Now, Fox News did a video talking about the debate. We're going to pull specific clips from that video, and they titled their video, Fetterman-Oz debate was the worst in American political history. Let's take a look at these clips. By the way, disclaimer / context, if you haven't heard, Fetterman's team arranged for him to have a computer screen with like in the moment words put up because he had a stroke and apparently he has trouble functioning cognitively properly, and then he doesn't speak well as a result of that. To me, it's never funny to bash someone with a disability. That is horrible. However, what is up for grabs, and this happens with Biden and his cognition, if someone is trying to deceive the public about their abilities, about their intentions, and they happen to have a challenge, we have to realize that challenge is 100% going to affect their job performance. So you'll see the way Fetterman talks. I'm sure you've seen examples already. That's how he as a senator would function as he's interacting with other people, when he's trying to communicate, when he's trying to understand. So much like Biden has some challenges that 100% affect his job performance and therefore affect everyone in America, you and I. It's very important to not glance over the reality of whatever's going on in their brain 100% affects us. And if we're deceived about that, we deserve to be able to shine the light of awareness onto it. Now let's take a look at some exciting clips of John Fetterman, and you be the judge during this debate if he is the worst debater in American political history.
In the Pennsylvania Senate debate, John Fetterman knocked himself out the second he opened his mouth.
Hi, good night, everybody.
That was his opening line, like greeting people. Hi, good night, everybody, which is typically what you want to say when you're like that. That's typically the last thing you want to say.
No, here's what I think we have to fight about inflation here right now. That's what we need to fight about inflation. We all have to make.
What we need to fight about inflation is here right now. That's what we need to fight about inflation. I just thought I'd translate his words to his exact words so we can make sure that we understand that we don't understand them.
Make sure that everyone that works is able to, that's the most American bargain, that if you work full time, you should be able to live in dignity as well, true. But going to those kind of vocational schools, able to create a career to reach a lot of high salary, and again, supporting to reduce those costs are critical too.
You're seeing someone audition for a job in front of the people that are going to either hire him or not hire him. So what we're seeing is an example of his job performance. And the question, it's not about his character. No, that's very questionable. It's about, can he actually serve the people well? And when the far left tells us, oh, he's the guy, he will serve us well, even without looking at his track record, we just got one eyebrows and raised and we say, like, why do you think he'll serve us well? Are you lying to me when you say that? Are you just trying to advance your power and control appetite using this poor man as a pawn? Why'd you select this man to use as your pawn? That's what I want to know. Well, he was our best option. Well, y'all need some better draft picks.
He has specifically said you have not paid your taxes and that you want to raise taxes on Americans. How do you respond?
Of course, he's lying. It was helping two students 17 years ago to help them, buy their own homes. They didn't pay the bills, and it got her paid. And it has never been an issue in any of the campaign before. It was all about nonprofit.
When John Fetterman brings up houses, the irony is he didn't pay for his own house. He got it for $1 from his sister.
That's it. He got his Pennsylvania house from his own inlays from $1.
Mr. Fetterman, we have to continue.
He got his own house from his own inlays. It's funny, Fetterman's like trying to like get a zinger in on Dr. Oz. It's like watching back when Biden did his, came out from his basement, did 2 debates with Trump, and he tried to like say something about Trump in like a clever way. Remember how Trump would just like, now you're watching a honey badger attack a chicken. It's just, not that Dr. Oz necessarily has that wit and comedic aspect and kind of edge that Trump did, but it's just funny to watch someone flop on their face. Am I the only one that thinks that?
All politicians flip-flop from time to time, but most of them come up with a reason why they change their position. Not Fetterman. Fetterman just lies.
I've always supported fracking.
Always.
And I always believe that independence with our energy is critical.
But there is that 2018 interview that you said, quote, I don't support fracking at all. So how do you square the two?
I do support fracking, and I support fracking, and I stand and I do support fracking.
It's funny when asked about like, well, you're lying because you used to not support fracking and you're saying you've always supported it. What do you have to say about that? I do support fracking and I don't. I've always supported fracking. No, you haven't always supported it. Fox News shows a pretty interesting compilation here.
Fetterman's the worst type of politician, the kind that lying comes easy to.
Fracking. Yeah, fracking. No, I don't support fracking at all, and I never have.
I don't support fracking. I think it's something that has to eventually go away.
Coming from a guy who claims I've always supported fracking. So I think it's a glorious thing when people change their minds. It means you're growing, you're evolving, you're learning, you're finding better ways to do things. You're not being a slave to your past thinking. So it's great when you change your mind. But when you change your mind and lie about it, that's not so much a great thing anymore. And I also have to ask, like, are you actually changing your mind? Or is your political party using you as a puppet and they're just simply giving you different talking points that you can barely execute?
It became clear during the debate early on that Fetterman wasn't well. And the moderator asked him respectfully when he'd be releasing his medical records.
I believe if my doctor believes that I'm fit to serve, and that's what I believe is appropriate. And I believe that, again, my doctors, the real doctors that I believe in, they all believe that I'm ready to be served.
Follow up, I didn't hear you.
I'm ready to be served. You're ready to be served your papers to go to court? Like, what are you talking about?
Say you would release your full medical records. Why not? You have 30 seconds.
No, again, my Dr. L believes that I'm fit to be serving, and that's what I believe is where I'm standing.
And that's where I believe is where I'm standing. Man, you're fit to serve. I dare say the way you answer all these questions is evidence to the contrary. So those are some of the glorious highlights of the John Fetterman and Dr. Oz debate. Now, real quick, I want to share with you, is this person fit to serve as Senator of Pennsylvania? The beautiful thing is my opinion doesn't dictate the answer. My opinion really doesn't dictate anything at all because I don't live in Pennsylvania. The beautiful thing is people in Pennsylvania, assuming we've got no honking going on in elections, they get to decide. So whatever the result is, it's their fault. And that's how a democracy should be. I personally wouldn't vote for the guy, even if I loved his policies. I wouldn't vote for him based on the fact that I don't think he's fit to serve. Now, real quick, I'll just end with this. A few weeks ago, I was in Philadelphia doing comedy shows, and I had a joke that I started involving the audience in, and I'd ask people, who are you going to vote for, Fetterman or Oz? And virtually everybody said Oz. It's my audience. They're fairly conservative in their thinking. But then I'd follow up and I'd ask people, well, are you voting for Oz because you genuinely like him, or do you think he's just less bad than Fetterman? The vast majority of people answered that is, yeah, I don't love the guy. It's just, I think Oz is the lesser of two evils. So it's very interesting. These are the best candidates we have. I personally don't know much about Oz at a political level, what he stands for. I haven't done a deep dive. And I don't plan on it. Like, I'm not a voter in Pennsylvania, so that's their business, not mine. Yet I thought I'd share this commentary about Fetterman's debate performance because I think it's hilarious and I think it deserves to be known. So you get to weigh in. Is this guy fit to serve or not? Let me know in the comments below. But before we go, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, my favorite underwear on the planet. I think the most comfortable and best looking underwear on the planet, Sheath underwear. Oh, hey there. I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Sheath underwear, the best underwear on the planet. I know this is true because Earth is the best planet in the solar system and Sheath is the best underwear on planet Earth. So, men, I want to talk to you for a second. Sheath makes it so you no longer have to wear ugly, uncomfortable underwear that degenerates your manhood. Instead, Sheath says you deserve the most stylish designs and colors on the planet, made from the softest materials on the planet. And aside from that, based on what I'm seeing right now, Sheath also offers a dual pouch system to support your junk, like no other underwear on the planet. These are my newest pair, Blue Iceberg, and these are Orange Hexagon, and these are the Purple Geometric. My grandfather always said, son, life is too short to wear degenerated socialistic underwear that make you look ugly. You deserve to wear the best underwear on the planet, like a real American. And if you want to tap into the American underwear dream like I do, just go to sheathunderwear.com/awaken. And while you're there, use the discount code AWAKEN for 20% off. Enjoy.